Today we celebrate the Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday, and we can call it also, it is called also Sunday of the Passion of the Lord. And actually that comes from the two Gospels that we just heard. Palm Sunday, that was the first Gospel, the entrance of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem, and the Passion of the Lord is the very long Gospel that we just heard. And I would like to, this year, talk about one of the scenes. There are many scenes, different scenes in this long Gospel. The one that it is said that he, Jesus Christ, goes with his disciples to a place named Gethsemane. In the Gospel according to St. John, it is said that this place is a garden. Mark, Luke, and Matthew do not say that it is a garden. It just says, they just say that it is Gethsemane. Two things, especially two things happen there, and I would like to talk about that. Jesus Christ is praying and asked his disciples to wait. The main group to wait at the entrance of that garden, and he takes with him 3 disciples, the same ones that he took the day of the Transfiguration into the garden, into Gethsemane. And he's praying there. And what he's praying, that the first theme or the first point that I would like to meditate, it was he's praying, what he's saying when he's praying there to God. He says, Abba, Father. First thing, the relationship that he has with God. He sees God as his Father. And he sees God as the one who can do everything, anything. All things are possible to you. So it is in his mind, and he knows that God is the all-powerful God. And to God, that God, he is talking. He is praying. Beautiful. It is very close to the way that in St. Matthew and St. Luke, he is teaching his disciples to pray, Our Father, who art in heaven. That God is in heaven, is the all-powerful God, but he is our Father. So he knows, more than knowing, he has a relationship, deep, intimate relationship with God, that God. Many other things can be said, but I'm going to finish that about the way he is talking to God. Father, Abba, Father. Take this cup away from me. Let me tell you, many scholars, many theologians, since the primitive church, have struggled with that sentence. Take this cup away from me. Why? Because it seems that that Jesus Christ is too human here, that he doesn't look like God. So actually some even said that this real sentence and sin is a proof that Jesus Christ was not fully God, that he was too human. Because if he would be God, it would be very different. He would say, it's fine, let us, whatever it comes, I mean, he's God, you know, I can deal with that. So many struggle with this sentence, how to interpret that sentence. Actually, and this is a homily, so I don't have time. Let me see what time is it. If you go to the Gospel according to St. John, you do not find this Jesus Christ, who is struggling with death, and death on a cross. Actually, in the Gospel according to St. John, he looks more like God. It's like, oh, it's coming, the hour is coming, let us go. I'm going to face that. It's a little bit like that. Saint Mark, no, and I like that really, because again, he looks very human. And at the beginning, actually, of that part, it is said that he was, I want to try to find the sentence, he began to be troubled and distressed. So he was really suffering. Today is a day to reflect on that Jesus Christ who is suffering because he is going to the cross. He knows what is going to happen. So as a human being, he is suffering. And as a human being, he doesn't want to be in that situation. Now you can understand why some theologians struggle with that sentence. Take this cup away from me, but not what I will, but what you will. So how to interpret that sentence? I'm going to read that because I'm not going to be the one who is going to celebrate with you Good Friday. So I'm fine. It's going to be Father Derek. By the way, he's back, okay? So he's going to be with you on Friday in English. I'm going to be in Spanish. So the second reading of Friday gives, in my opinion, the solution of that Friday. It's from Hebrew. I'm going to read chapter 5, verse 7. In the days of his flesh, Jesus Christ, he offered up both prayers and supplications with loud crying and tears to the one able to save him from death. And he was heard because of his piety. And Hebrews 4:14-16, therefore, that is part of the second reading of Friday. Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast our confession. For we do not have a high priest who cannot sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who has been tempted in all things as we are, yet without sin. Therefore, let us draw near with confidence to the throne of grace, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. That's the answer. He's praying that way, and he's showing us that as human beings, you and I are going to encounter difficult situations. Some, I hope nobody here, some situations close to death. One day we are going to find that situation, but a violent death I'm talking about. And in those moments, in those situations, what we need, we need to receive and find grace to help in time of need. We need help, and we need help from God, from the only one who can do everything, from the only one whom everything is possible, from the only one who is the all-powerful. And in that situation, we need that help. That scene, in my opinion, behind that scene, there is the invitation for that. An invitation for the human beings to open up the entire heart and being to the help coming from heaven. That's the first thing. And very quickly, because I want to finish. Okay. The second one, and I'm going to say the second one because I promise you that it will be two themes, only because of that. The second one, something happened. When he is praying and he is in that suffering, Jesus Christ, and he is trying to find help from God, from the only one who can give real help, from the only one who is all-powerful to give any help, what happened to the disciples and to Peter? They are sleeping. So what is the meaning of that? Jesus Christ in all that suffering, and the other one sleeping, like nothing is happening. What? Very tired. Very tired. I'm going to just give you, I know that you don't have a book maybe and pencil to write, but maybe you are going to remember some quotation, some quotation from the Bible that can answer that question. What is going on with these men sleeping? Romans 13, 11, 14. Ephesians 5, 11, 14. And 1 Thessalonians 5, 4, 10. I don't know which one I can read to you. I'm going to read Ephesians 5, 11, 14, which is like shorter. Do not participate in the unfruitful deeds of darkness, but instead even expose them, for it is disgraceful even to speak of the things which are done by them in secret. But all things become visible when they are exposed by the light. For everything that becomes visible is light. For this reason it says, awake, sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. So the sleep in this context means that the apostles, that the disciples, are still in the dark age, to put it that way. They are still in darkness. They have not become exposed to the light, Jesus Christ. I want to close that saying, today also is a day to meditate about the need of every single Christian to be exposed to the light, which means to show with our deeds that we are Christians. To be awakened is to do that, to expose that every single day. So let us pray today as we celebrate this Mass, and I'm going to come to the end of this homily. That first, in the moments, in the situations, difficult situations, we may ask God for His help, for His assistance. And second, that we may be able to be awakened every day, which means to show with our life that we are Christians, to show with our deeds that we are believers in Jesus Christ.